What is going on, guys? Back with another video. OORT is a project, as you all know, guys, that I'm very bullish on, and in my opinion, this is probably the most undervalued project crypto. I think what they're doing in terms of developments, what they're doing in terms of solutions, in terms of storage deep in with their data hub, and also with the launch of the compute later in the year, I just think this really has a lot more potential, and I still think a lot of people are fading this. Has had a little bit of sort of fear. This did have a sharp decrease from around 21 million down to under 19 million. Has recovered since, and now it's sort of moving sideways. This was, I believe, in relation to an unlock, and one thing I think OORT need to improve on is more transparency when it comes to token unlocks. Of course, majority of the supply is for rewards. I think nearly 70%. And of course, as we all know, this 2 billion max supply is actually going to be 1.2 billion because 800 million of the tokens will be locked and essentially burnt. So in terms of unlocks, they do need to be more transparent. So, if anyone related to the project is watching this, this is something which does need to be sort of addressed, in my opinion. But apart from that, I think everything else with this project is amazing, honestly. When it comes to projects, guys, right? One of the main things you want to understand, are they actually making any money? Are they generating revenue? And the thing with OORT, they've got various different revenue streams to keep this project going, right? Compared to a lot of projects which don't have revenue streams, that is very important, right? So as I've said, real companies are using this, guys. You all know Dell, Tencent, Lenovo, all using the different narratives in terms of OORT, whether that's storage, whether it's the AI, whether it's the data hub, the AI agents. They're all using this, right? And of course, when we have the launch of OORT Compute, this is also going to be an additional narrative in terms of helping to train different AI models. So it's going to be very promising as well, and really excited to see that. You all know their partners, storage provider for BNB, partnered with Dell, Seagate, using their AI technology, Lenovo, and the likes of Tencent, right? So real companies using this. The other thing as well, guys, is the global adoption, right? You can see the nodes. I think this is an additional 2,000 nodes from the previous video a few weeks ago. And on top of that, they are also launching their new sort of DMOS device here. You can see here the DMOS 2. Again, this is another way which they will earn revenue. This is the original one. You can see here, obviously, if you want to mine, if you want to generate rewards, you do need to buy one of these. And again, this is a good way for them to generate revenue, right? I think there's around 50,000 of the edge nodes, and this is only going to increase. They do have some incentives. So in terms of revenue, they tick the box, right? Very important in terms of, having something sustainable. And again, they do have that. You can see here some of the other revenue streams. The license fee, users are required to pay an annual license fee to activate their edge device and to start mining OORT. The fee is essential for maintaining and upgrading our infrastructure. Again, very important. Also, of course, revenue through the layer one, the Olympus protocol, protocol revenue, product revenue as well, of course, from their various products, storage, AI, data hub. Again, a lot of revenue is being generated, and you can see here the products when it comes to storage. You can see here they have plans that you can get, pricing plans here. And again, they also have custom plans. So this shows you that, this is something which is going to grow. Storage is really important. Big companies are using it. So again, very important to see. You want, a solid foundation in regards to that. And then you've got their data hub as well. Again, a very good way for the community to get rewarded. You can earn, USDT for doing different tasks. And the tasks are pretty interesting as well. So it is getting a lot of interest. On top of that as well, guys, they are starting to improve in terms of marketing, getting featured. Again, whether or not this is paid in terms of this article, I'm not too sure. But again, they are, in terms of this, Kaggle, this is like a computer scientist based website where there's different tasks on board. And they are trending on this as well. So you can see here, they were trending in a variety of different categories on this list in terms of data sets. And again, very, very important, right, to have this on board, people using and utilizing the data sets. I think this was in relation to a data set for tools. So again, good to see, right? When you come to the roadmap, again, they've achieved a lot. You can see here, with listings, and in terms of what they have planned for the rest of 2025, you can see here, of course, they did this token buyback. They also did that thing where they locked 800 million. They also bridged onto Solana and Ton. And there's a lot of going, right? So you can see here, onboarding more projects for the Human AI Alliance. Again, another very good way in terms of marketing. You can see here, this is an event that they will be attending in June at Singapore. And again, they're a partner for this event, a good way to market. You can see here, this is the event. Some big names will be attending this event in Singapore as well. It is a crypto hub. And you can see here, this is going to be a good way to market. One thing I think OORT need to improve on is we need more influencers to cover this, right? Because there's not many people talking about this, and that is something which is really important. The big YouTubers, because they're missing a project which has huge potential, guys. This is something which has various different products generating a lot of revenue, in very good narratives, cross narrative, AI deep in storage, layer one, and it's still under the radar, right? This is for this to be, 20 million in market cap is really insane, right? So if you hold OORT, again, I don't know what your average price is, but you have a good opportunity to lower your average price. I don't see this going much lower, in all honesty, guys. Again, this is a low cap, so you need to be prepared for the risks. Volume has also started to increase in terms of where to get this, guys. As you can see, you've got BitGet, you've got Gate.io, MEXC, KuCoin. So again, it's probably not going to be too hard to get this. In terms of the in terms of the roadmap, what I would like to see as well is some more listings. I do believe they will get some more listings. They just need to update the roadmap. But you can see here they've got plans to obviously, continue to grow the ecosystem, launch decentralized governance system, attend more events. The foundation grant aims to onboard more teams, and also, of course, the launch of OORT Compute, right? So I do believe there's a lot coming for OORT. I think, you are still very, very early to this project. This is, of course, a slow mover, guys, but, we just need to understand we're not in the correct market conditions for these altcoins yet. It is coming. It just requires patience. You need to have patience, guys, because I can guarantee if you sell this now, you're going to regret it when this pumps, guys, right? Where this can go, guys, in terms of price prediction, again, take it with a pinch of salt. But we've seen projects go on to smash through 1 billion. When you look at what they're doing, they're going to continue to grow in terms of the product. They're going to continue to increase the revenue. The token is needed in terms of utility. Again, that is very important. You need to have utility in terms of tokens. Again, the token you can use to access the services. You can use it to basically, get a discount on the services. You can stake. You can use it for governance. So there's a lot of good token utility with the token as well. You do need the token as well. So again, it does have that aspect of usability in place. So yeah, guys, in terms of where I think this can go, for me, this is something that can do a 20 to potentially a 50x. Again, some people say 100x. Could it do 100x? Of course it could, but I like to be more conservative. For me, this is a 20 to 50x project. 50x is 1 billion. When you look at something like a 20x, guys, that is only a 400 million market cap, right? Very, very achievable. You look at something like a 800 million market cap, again, very achievable. You're looking at close to a 40x, guys. So OORT, still bullish on it. I know there has been a bit of, people getting a bit frustrated with the price action, but ultimately you just have to have conviction. And yeah, guys, let me know your predictions for OORT. Are you still bullish on it? And yeah, hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you very soon for the next video.